Hey, what's up guys? Back at it again with a new video. This one's on a little different subject. I was on the phone with my buddy Garrett and we were talking about some financial stuff. And we were talking about what an LLC is, and I knew what that was because I applied for one. Coming out to do sales, I applied for an LLC. But I didn't know what it meant. I knew I could do tax write-offs because of it, but I had really no idea what it really was. So I was trying to explain that to Garrett what it was, and he actually told me what it meant. He said it was called a limited liability company, which I never knew. But now I know what that is, and I know why it's called an LLC. So it's called limited liability because I like to split it into two categories. We have our business assets, we have our personal assets. Let's say I sell ketchup packets, for example. Let's say I sell a faulty ketchup packet and I get sued for that ketchup packet. They could sue me for my ketchup packet company and take everything I own in that ketchup packet company. That being said, they would not be able to touch my personal assets such as my car, my house, my stocks, and my personal assets. But they would be able to attack or my business assets would not be protected, is what I'm trying to say. So that being said, let's say you purchase a car and you write it off for your taxes, you write it off as a business expense, that could be attacked per se, would not be protected. However, there's always a few ways to protect your assets, your business assets. There are two ways. One is through a contract and the other is through insurance. So there always is ways to protect your assets, but the reason why an LLC is so good is there's a few benefits. First off, they can attack your personal assets. Second, you can get some crazy tax write-off stuff because you can write off as a business. So personally for me, every single time I go out to eat or every single time I do make a purchase, I'd find a way to write it back into my business, which is called Leave It to Levitt Inc. Sorry. But that's kind of what I wanted to touch on, which is what an LLC is and how it's beneficial. There are some downsides. That being said, I couldn't tell you what they are. No idea what they are, but there probably are some downsides. But yeah, kind of a cool thing I learned today. Also, I want to talk about this mug. Trying to figure out how this mug was made. I assume it's a two-piece mold mug. So they first made this cylinder part, and then they later attached the handle. I'm pretty sure this is porcelain. I could be wrong. I know it's not granite or sapphire, but it could be porcelain. So, just a little thought for you guys. Yeah, Amazon made it in China. But yeah, that's all for today.